heard Turkey Al-Sheikh say that he sent you an offer, possibly to face Crawford for coming up here. Is that true, or what happened with that?
No, I don't have any offer. And look, I'm 100% focused on this fight, and then we'll see.
How's Crawford, his composure going to be like the moment a punch lands on him from Canelo?
Are you kidding me? Take that question back.
Yeah, why?
Because you're talking about Crawford. He's
But
the,
what weight class is
he's
it?
the most composed guy. And what, you don't think he'll be prepared? You think it'll be a shock to him? No.
Crawford could beat Canelo Alvarez.
I think he's too small. But then again, I thought he was too small for Spence. So well, shows what I know. so I don't know. I think that's a lot of weight class jumping. We'll see. It's a good talking point. I don't know that would really happen. I mean, listen, we've seen some strange things in boxing. Don't get me wrong, especially in the recent years. So I don't say never. But I don't know how seriously that's going to be taken. But I think when you're at a level, when you come off a big win like Crawford just did, anything you say reverberates through the sport.
When discussing a potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, opinions are sharply divided. However, many argue that Alvarez holds a clear edge in this matchup. As a four-division world champion and the undisputed king of super middleweight, Canelo possesses a rare combination of power, experience, and elite-level competition that could prove overwhelming for Crawford, while Crawford has showcased his dominance at welterweight. Moving up to 168 pounds to face a physically imposing and battle-tested fighter like Canelo presents a daunting challenge. Alvarez's explosive punching power, relentless pressure, and extensive experience at higher weight classes could be too much for Crawford to withstand. But here's a closer look at why Alvarez could have the upper hand in this high-stakes clash.
Not official, but it may be a done deal. Terence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez. Early thoughts? What do you think?
Yeah, look, the first thought is, can he handle the weight jump? Can he handle the weight jump? He being Crawford against Matt Rudolph, people are going to say, "Oh, he had some hiccups." Who don't have hiccups? When you eat something that's a little difficult to eat, and Matt Rudolph was a little difficult to eat. He's not easy to digest. He's a good fighter. But when you eat something that's a little tough to digest, you get hiccups, right? So come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." But who's he beating? He unified the. What was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter. Then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter.
The highly anticipated showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford is set for September 2025, aligning with Mexican Independence Day weekend. In this blockbuster event, Canelo will put his WBC, WBA, and WBO super middleweight titles on the line against Crawford, who is making a daring leap from welterweight to 168 pounds, renowned for his versatility and skill. Crawford faces a daunting challenge as he steps up to battle Canelo, the undisputed super middleweight champion. This electrifying matchup is poised to be one of the biggest boxing spectacles of the year, with both fighters seeking dominance in the division.
He went on the ring with Teddy Atlas.
What's that mean?
He said you're the most overrated Mexican champion in history. He said that Salvador Sanchez.
Boxeador mexicano.
Más
Popular, pero sin causa. Sí.
Fucking crazy that guy. and you think he knows boxing? Fuck.
Canelo Alvarez's advantages over Terence Crawford extend far beyond raw power. The Mexican superstar has spent years refining his skills against some of the toughest opponents across multiple weight divisions. From Gennady Golovkin to Sergey Kovalev, Canelo has proven his ability to adapt to various styles while showcasing an iron chin that makes him a relentless force in the ring. This experience, combined with his durability, presents a daunting challenge, especially for a fighter like Crawford, who is moving up in weight to face him.
When Terence Crawford said that he moved up and won, and Canelo moved up and lost.
They talk all the crazy stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won.
I don't think that was a strong point because Canelo Alvarez actually moved up and won. I mean, he moved up a lot of weight classes, but if you want to talk about light heavyweight, he moved up and he beat Crawford. Then he moved up again and he lost to Neville. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, he moves up to 154. He won 115, 113, but it was just an 11-0 Madrimov who didn't really have much of a resume, right? But there's a difference, to be real. I mean, Bivol is a Hall of Fame. Okay, this guy, all-time light heavyweight. It's a bit different. Canelo did knock out Kovalev when he did move up, okay? And Kovalev is a bigger challenge at light heavyweight than Madrimov at 154 for Terence Crawford. Let's just keep it a big.
Canelo Alvarez has established his dominance at super middleweight, proving his comfort and control at 168 pounds. His physical strength, well-timed clinches, precise body shots, and ability to cut off the ring make it incredibly difficult for smaller, quicker fighters to execute their game plan. While Crawford's speed and technical brilliance are exceptional, they may not be enough to overcome the size disadvantage. Competing at a weight where Canelo is naturally stronger could diminish the impact of Crawford's punches, making it difficult for him to keep Alvarez at bay.
Listen, Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time. Power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys. So you got to keep that in mind as well.
When he fought Canelo and he was standing right in front of Canelo and Canelo's just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he fought Danny Jacobs and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing and weaving. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Moreover, Canelo Alvarez's extensive experience in high-stakes bouts gives him a significant mental edge. He is no stranger to the pressures of massive pay-per-view, main events, and has faced opponents with a wide range of styles, from slick boxers to devastating punchers. While Crawford remains undefeated, he has yet to encounter a fighter who combines the skill, power, and ring IQ that Canelo brings to the table. Moving up 2 weight classes to challenge a battle-tested champion of Alvarez caliber could expose vulnerabilities Crawford has never had to confront before.
Es esta, fíjate. Pam, 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 pam. Boom, boom, boom. Digo. Eso. Eso.
While Terence Crawford's dominance at welterweight is undeniable, especially after his masterful dismantling of Errol Spence Jr., moving up to challenge a natural super middleweight like Canelo Alvarez presents an entirely different test. Canelo has spent years trading punches with bigger, stronger opponents who possess greater power and durability, proving time and again that he thrives in these environments. The disparity in size, strength, and experience could be the key factors that determine the outcome of this fight. Alvarez's ability to systematically break down his opponents with calculated aggression and punishing bodywork could spell disaster for Crawford, who has never encountered such a physically imposing challenge.
Go crazy with Canelo. Oh, he's too big. He's a good night for Crawford. He's going to bed. All that stuff. Not so fast. Not so fast. Don't forget that the other guy is bringing something to the party too. And he's bringing the things that hopefully I just described to you guys in the best way I can. When it gets closer, we'll get more thorough with it. But right now, I think you know where I'm leaning. And I'll make it even clearer where I'm leaving. So there is a lot of suspense. I ain't going against Crawford. Okay? I do think he's that special guy. I think Canelo's special too. But I think Crawford's special in a little bit, even more so. Even more so. He hasn't learned how to lose yet. I think he does have those special ingredients that go beyond the physical genetics, the physical DNA. So that's it. Okay? Good. You don't like it? Too bad.
I think that was a fair breakdown. I mean, listen, those ingredients you're touching on with the smaller man are the same ingredients you saw in Usyk. Abilities and ways to find a way to win.
I'd like to know what the weight's at in this fight, but has that been figured out yet? Probably not, because
No.
that to me is a variable there.
Teddy Atlas considers the challenge Canelo Alvarez might face in cutting down to 160 pounds, a weight that would be ideal for Terence Crawford. He points out that at this stage in his career, Canelo is unlikely to agree to such a drop, given his established dominance at 168 pounds. Instead, Atlas speculates that a catch weight of around 164 pounds could be a possible compromise. Though he believes Canelo would still be reluctant to accept those terms, the issue of weight is central to Atlas's argument, as it could significantly impact both fighters' ability to execute their strategies and maximize their strengths. Additionally, he highlights Crawford's versatility, suggesting that despite the size disadvantage, his adaptability in the ring could provide him with an edge against Alvarez.
Buddy, how's it going? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, powered by Stage Front VIP, being joined here with Teddy Atlas. Teddy, I got to get just right to it. Terence Crawford wanted to move up 3 weight classes to fight Canelo Alvarez. You as a trainer, what's your insight on that? And I don't know, would you advise a fighter to move up 3 weight classes to fight someone like Canelo?
You got to remember, he's already moved up 3 weight classes. So now you're talking 6, if you add on 3, you know? Yeah, my math is different than yours, being that I've been in this business my whole life. So 6 is a lot, 6 weight classes. That's a lot. 3, you know, he had the skeleton for it. Does he have the skeleton to go up 6? I don't know that he does, but I know he's got this. I know he's got this. I know he's got the character, and I know he's got the mind. I know he has special gifts that very few fighters have.
When evaluating a potential showdown between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, the most striking factor is the weight disparity. Canelo has been thriving at 168 pounds, dominating naturally bigger and stronger opponents. In contrast, Crawford has spent most of his career at lightweight, junior welterweight, and welterweight, while Crawford's skill and power are undeniable for his weight class. Moving up to challenge, a seasoned super middleweight champion like Canelo presents a significant physical disadvantage. This size gap could greatly hinder Crawford's ability to implement his usual game plan, making the challenge even more daunting.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. It ain't no disrespect to Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I've not been against Terence Crawford with nobody. You got to show me that you can beat him.
Former world champion Demetrius Andrade believes that while Terence Crawford is an exceptional fighter, Canelo Alvarez's size and experience at higher weight classes give him the upper hand. Andrade predicts that Crawford could struggle with Canelo's power and agility, highlighting the significant challenge Crawford faces in moving up 2 weight classes. Crawford's most recent move was to 154 pounds, where he secured a decision victory over Israel Madrimov. However, stepping up to super middleweight would mean facing much larger and stronger opponents, which could present a whole new level of difficulty.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. You know, he's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just, you know, just like to, you know, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him test himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
Are you tired of people asking you about Terence yet?
No, look, I always say, I respect Terence Crawford. He's a very talented fighter, but he just win one big fight. If you see his record, he just beat one good fighter like Errol Spence is.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think he's beating other great fighter like Spence. He did a really good job with Spence. He did like almost look very easy. But I knew Terence Crawford is a great fighter. But you never know in boxing. We'll see.
Canelo Alvarez is renowned for his devastating power, particularly at 168 pounds, where he has ended fights against opponents like Caleb Plant and Billy Joe Saunders with crushing body shots and well-timed power punches. Crawford, who has never fought above 147 pounds, may find it difficult to withstand the kind of damage that Canelo can deliver. Alvarez's relentless body attacks would drain Crawford's energy, potentially neutralizing his speed advantage and making it harder for him to maintain his usual pace.
I mean, I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat to him.
Maybe. I'm the priest of boxing.
Crawford wanted a payday, but Crawford didn't do good at 54. When I talk to people, they all tell me you would have knocked him out at 68.
Well, he knows now. He experimented. He's 154, and he knows. Maybe he do in 168 for a big check.
My last thing, Canelo, you just donated $70 million to build, you donated $70 million to build a center for kids with special needs in Mexico. Tell me about it. Why do you do that?
I always try to help people.
Why?
And I don't like to respond this kind of thing because I don't like to put myself like I help from the bottom of my heart.
Enrique, no les damos las palabras.
Terence Crawford is widely considered one of the most skilled fighters of his generation, known for his seamless ability to switch stances, pinpoint accuracy, and exceptional ring generalship. These qualities have allowed him to dominate at every weight class he's competed in, with his dismantling of Errol Spence Jr. serving as a masterclass in timing, precision, and adaptability. However, stepping up to face Canelo Alvarez presents challenges Crawford has never faced before, testing his skills in ways that could prove to be a whole new level of difficulty.
Obviously, you can't look forward past Saturday, but do you feel like a fight like Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight, he's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
You know, everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and then you never know what happened.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. He's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just like to, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get behind.
Crawford's speed and timing are undoubtedly his greatest assets, but against a physically bigger and stronger opponent like Canelo, he may be forced to fight more cautiously. Crawford has never encountered someone who can pressure him with such power while maintaining strong defensive discipline. Additionally, the added weight could slow him down, diminishing the effectiveness of his trademark sharp counters, which are a crucial part of his success in the ring.
Be great. That'll be 3 times. If you go 154 and win the belt, that's 3 times super. Then I said, chase super greatness. Come on, Canelo. 160.
Well, if he can get in there with Charlo in like his next 2 fights where he still got age on his side, then maybe go up again. Like if he's trying to chase the greatness. But I mean, he already done something that's never been done. Charlo don't want none of that smoke.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better. No, Terence Crawford is a great fighter. He's a good fighter, but like I say, he's weight classes for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Yeah.
Canelo Alvarez is widely regarded as one of the best body punchers in boxing. He methodically breaks down opponents by targeting their midsection, gradually wearing them down as the fight unfolds. Crawford, who has never faced an opponent with Canelo's caliber of body attack, may struggle to maintain his movement and sharpness over the course of 12 rounds, especially as the toll of those body shots begins to accumulate.
My good friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, that, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But, Crawford is a legend, bro.
Yeah.
And like I said, you can't.
Saul Mike Arnal, how are you? Quick question. I know that as we walk, how important is it that you've spoke with Turki Al-Sheikh?
Say again, please.
How important for you is it that you've spoke to Turki Al-Sheikh, and what did you speak about?
Look, I like to work with everybody. I'm a free agent and I like to work with everybody. And I like to have the doors open.
Are we going to see Canelo Crawford next?
We'll see. It's a possibility there always. No, we'll see what happens.
Have you spoke with Turki about that show?
We know each other. We don't talk that much for make a deal and anything, but we now know each other and we'll see what happens.
Last one, I know you're pushed for time. Benavidez Morel, who wins?
It's gonna be a good fight. 50-50 fight.
Canelo, thank you.
What are your thoughts on the upcoming Canelo versus Crawford fight? Do you think Crawford can successfully make the jump to super middleweight, or will Canelo's dominance prove too much? Share your predictions and opinions in the comments below.